Welcome to the world united. Welcome to the world united.
All right, so hopefully we're back and you can hear me. I see Maria making me signs, so I'm on. Thank you, Maria. All right, so the subject that we were assigned to discuss in this panel, and we'll at least start there as our starting point, was the evolution of planetary consciousness. So I have to say I'm the beginning of the discussions where we had with Maureen and Kayleen, you touched two things that I have been always very close about. One, I attended a conference one time where someone tried to bring together people who had money with people who had projects. And it was a really cool idea because there were all these very, very wealthy people who wanted to give back and all these people who had really good projects. So it became this social event where people mingled, got to know each other, and ended up helping each other. But at the same time, in that same conference, they also were, for one of the very first times, doing teleconferencing, and it's the children who started it. And they were teleconferencing between like Tehran and Houston and very, very different cities around the world. And the kids were getting to know each other better. And it just touched me with your everything you talked about, Kayleen, and your theme about how, just you got to get to know people. And I think, we hate people when we don't know them. Once we get to know them, it's a whole different thing. And I think that, to me, is where this whole technology is giving an evolution to the spiritual consciousness, a boost. And I don't know what you guys think about that, but it's kind of a starting off point. Go ahead.
I agree with you when you talk about, so you're talking about technology, expanding consciousness or using that as a tool to, oh, absolutely. Even now during the lockdown, Zoom, all my networking organizations have gone global now. So we get to interface with people all over the world, which I think is beautiful. And school children have an opportunity to do that. I think technology has been a blessing during this time as well. Oh, and Kaylin's.
Go ahead, Kayleen.
So Maria, I agree with you completely. And here was one of the threads I forgot to mention. I had really spoken was, if we think about it, if indeed we did sit down and we decided we're supposed to be here on Earth, trials and what our role is going to be to help serve and support mankind and humanity. Do you realize if that was the case, every human being on the earth, we all signed up for COVID. Every single human signed up for this experience. We don't remember it because, as Isabel said, there was a veil put across, right? If that's the case, just think about this for a moment. How long ago do you remember Zoom happening? Zoom only came on board like within 5 years. Look at divinity, the universe knowing what was coming down the pike. And here we are. I don't think that there isn't a human that has a computer or a phone that doesn't know what Zoom is. This amazing platform being created to help bring about this juicy spirituality on a global platform that we couldn't have reached each other any other way. I look at this and I see all of the divineness. I see all of the miracles and the magic, and right, but it just comes into place. It just comes into place. The trick is going to be with all of this juiciness that we've been given is it's us. How are we choosing to show up in this big, beautiful world that we get the privilege of being fellow passengers on this earth with, right? What a huge gift, what a blessing. And I know for sure, every single human on this, we're all light workers. That's what we've chosen. We've chosen to do the work. We've chosen to be the light worker. We've chosen to help uplift humanity, that spiritual consciousness in any way, shape, or form, whatever gifts that we've been given. With Maria, through the gift of being able to understand money and spirituality. I think that's really, really critical. With Isabel, oh my goodness, girl, I love all the stuff you're talking about because I'm a woman, I get this stuff, you know, and I see the critical element is women are in raising our family, and the knowledge that we have and the wisdom that we gain, seeking out our spirituality. And as we take these moments and sit in this place and space, we're blessed beyond measure. I'm sitting right here, this proves it, in my opinion. So, well, thank you for sharing that with us, or starting that.
Yeah, no, I Mike, also want to say another two really quick things, because you brought up the conference with the money. We, you know, as people, there's such a separation between people embracing spirituality and people that have money and doing other things. And we've got to get over that. We cannot have that anymore. It's so, money's a beautiful spiritual energy. And, you know, the people that have the solutions and the creations and the innovations, you've got to expand your capacity to be able to receive the currency so you could do what you need to do. Because it's really critical. If you do have a solution, you have to create, you know, open up the path to be able to get that done. So we have to, you know, part of what I do with people is I create that bridge, you know, I mean, there's plenty of money on the planet. In fact, my thing is breathe. The money has not left the planet. And so people are pushing away. I'll make do without, I can't afford it. You know, they think that if I accept money, somebody else will lose. It's not the case. There's plenty of resources. So we do have to encourage the people with the solutions to embrace the money and embrace the solution, the resources that it will take to get them, you know, to fruition, to get it out to market or whatever, to get it into the hands of the people that need it. So it's really critical that we all do that right now and do whatever it takes to get over any issues we have about money and the capacity of money. It's a beautiful energy, and it solves problems, period. But
go ahead.
And there's one other thing I want to say, Kayleen just brought up, and I alluded to the beginning, there are some amazing technologies that are coming to shrink, you know, to shrink the world. And so it allows us to really connect with each other globally. However, by the same token, there are autocrats and other people that are using this technologies. You know, when you take the humanity and the compassion and the love and the high-mindedness, you know, of our intentions around the technology, they take the technologies and it can be used against us. So it's really important for all of us as we're using technology to embrace that, you know, higher integrity and, you know, our reasons for it, the use of it, and to encourage others. I think that's part of our work right now is to really support people in, you know, raising the consciousness, raising the love vibration, so that we can use the technologies that are coming out in a, you know, more powerful way, in the way that it's intended, not against us, but to really connect all of us. So.
Yeah, as you were talking there, I was thinking we need to stop making all these, you know, sports stars and other people our idols and start making the humanitarians are idols. You know, the guys who bring in plane loads of water into disaster areas and the people who send in teams to help out in areas where nobody's helping out. These are the people who need to be our rock stars. But Isabel, I wanted to ask you a question, because you said before, you alluded to 45 years of experience in the consciousness awakening world. And since our topic is the evolution of planetary consciousness, how do you see it? Can you stand back a little bit and look and say how things have been progressing through the time you've been doing it? What do you see happening?
So many things happen. Number one, the awakening, you know, that today, since I started because, you know, I found my spiritual master that still is alive physically and not religious, of course, and still I'm there. And I was a rebel, still I feel a rebellious, you know, mind in order not to get attached to nobody and to nothing, right? And as a young person, you know, I was searching and researching, like I said before, and I found exactly what I was in tune with my spirit, right? And it's what I described on all my talk, right? And so many things they change, but the main thing change is myself. Once we change ourselves is when everything changes. we need to stop, my experience, based on my personal experience. When we stop seeing outside for solutions and we go inside of us, and the best part is go to our heart. Is the one who's telling us every single thing we need. And we need to do our homework. And this homework, the same than me in different ways, and different people, they did the same thing than me. Just what? To keep in balance myself. I feel happy. I have a family that I wanted to have. I have it. I'm a mother. I'm a grandma. I'm a grandma for humanity right now, and mother for humanity, because I can do better because I went through the experience and now I can be better. Means we go always one, just we go every day, you know, up and up and up. When we are consciousness, when we talk, everything is going to the same point that everybody we are talking here. Yes, we are in a change of paradigm. And what is change? We change, the world change. But you know, every single day is a change, every single day. But answering your question is like, I need to change myself. We cannot expect changes from the government, from the politics, from that doctor. Stop doing that, because it's a waste of our energy. We need to keep all the energy inside of us in order to work with it and just transform it and giving to the outside to benefit for humanity and to get the balance in the planetary just world. I don't know if I answered your question.
I think you more than answered my question.
Thank you.
And I noticed that Grandmother Parasha has joined us here. Grandmother, did you have anything that you would like to add to our talk about the evolution of planetary consciousness and what these ladies have been talking about? You're on mute.
See.
There we go.
Okay. I'm very impressed with everything I've listened to with all of you. I'm especially strong with the message you just delivered, Maria, on the fact that we have to have another perspective on money. I've taught for 50 years. I come from a native tradition that believes that money is evil. And yet they come to me constantly for financial assistance. So for years, I've been teaching them how abundance is a part of us and how it is there already. And we, as you made the point, because someone else receives does not mean somebody has had to sacrifice. There are no, the balance is not there. And when we can embrace all these wonderful principles now, I started with the sciences 55 years ago and actually have studied brain research, sciences, and every nature to understand myself and have become well-known and versed in that, but only to understand myself. And when you understand what you all are, the base of what we're discussing here, you begin to see there are no walls and there's no boundaries. We make those up and it's our story. It's not real, okay? If we're in an illusionary world, that's our biggest illusion. I go to countries where food is so scarce and the people are so thin, I can count their organs just by looking at them. And I suffer a sadness with that because it's not necessary. The earth herself is abundant and in all people's ways until they close their spirit to the earth. The earth provides. You can place a seed anywhere within her being and it will grow. And so we have a responsibility to reestablish that neural net and that connection to help people understand that you work in cooperation and in unity, things happen. It's when we isolate ourselves from each other, like Isabel, your message, we cannot shut ourselves off from each other or that is death. We are definitely coming out of the darkness and the suppression And you all know that. We're coming out of suppression where we have been taught and brainwashed to not trust each other, to stay separate. And now we have the COVID virus thing that's even making that stronger. Stay in your house, don't touch anyone. I'm a hugger. I live off of hugs. My basic meal every day is hugs. And you're telling me now that out of fear of contaminating or anything else, I can't hug somebody? I'm sorry, but holding their hand is wonderful, but it doesn't replace my hugs. So I'll go ahead and put the mask on. Sometimes if somebody I see, my beloveds are scared, I'll even put a whole mask on, but I've got to hug you. It's that heart to heart that makes the difference to me. And I see that Kayleen is saying yes to her too, but we are huggers, we are touchers. And we're coming into a world where we're being challenged even more to help people not isolate themselves. I have a number of families who've come to me and asked for help because their parents are still in total isolation for 4 months now. And they're getting depressed. Of course they're depressed, because what's the point? We need each other. We grow by the interaction with each other. Each one of you give me another perspective. It would not matter how intelligent any of us are. Every time someone else shares, there's something there, and there's something magically original about it. And so you've done a wonderful job today of all of this. And Maria's, before when I asked you to speak, I like your practical sense. I like Isabel coming from the heart. And like Kayleen, actually bringing forth questions and asking yourself things to make sure that you're hearing yourself in all of this. And I agree with Michael. The heroes don't show their names. We have to just pray for them because they are the unseen. They are the people that is dealing with the stench, the filth, the sickness, the disease, the hunger, and they seek not recognition. It's up to us to feel them, isn't it? It's that we feel them and we know that they're out there doing the service. And that in each one of them, we can express ourselves by just taking a few minutes of our day and focusing on that consciousness, that total giving, generous consciousness. And I don't see them as sacrificing. The teams that I work with, they don't sacrifice. These are joyful, dancing, singing, musical people. And this is what they do. This is what brings them joy. Many of them have walked away from the material world to only help finance the service that they do. And in it, they have found such gracious awareness of their divinity. So when we look at everything that's going on, we are a complex consciousness called humanity. And in each one of us is the secret that unlocks the whole universe for all of us. So I thank you very, very much for being here and being on our program. And I ask all of you to please continue to support us in the World Parliament, that we may have another year, 2021, to where even more ears and more minds and more hearts come forward to hear what you've got to say. No greater exposure could you have than what has been provided with the World Parliament. And now your voice goes even further than you have ever had it go. What do you expect in response to that? I expect absolutely joyful acknowledgement that consciousness is happening and that we are all a part of that voice. I like it when a friend of mine, she's a songwriter, and she wrote a song, and she pointed out to me that if you write the word universe, okay, that the universe is a single voice, a song. And when you make it out, it's uni, which is one, and verse, which is song. And we're all that song, we're all that music. And you have let your voice be heard. You have spoke from your heart and your passion. There is no word I can say of gratefulness. I say this to everyone who's come forward on our program and our events. Without you, we cannot make it happen. And if not, when? And if not you, beloved, who? Who? You were compelled to come and share. Someone out there is listening and waiting for your particular means and perspective on it. I could say the same thing you're saying and it would not have the effect that you will have. It will need us all. Each one of our messages are unique from the uniqueness of how Creator created us. So I definitely celebrate the feast that you have prepared and all you've shared. And I'm very, very grateful for you. And I look forward to us having many, many more sessions together. So you walk in peace and balance upon the great Mother Earth. Thank you.
Wow, way to, Grandma. Dr. Yogananda, I notice you've joined us. Would you like to add a perspective on the evolution of planetary consciousness?
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Thank you, grandmother. Thank you, wonderful panelists here, Isabel, Maria Simone, Kaelen Revense. Every event should converge. Every life should culminate into something beautiful. All the talks, all the thoughts, all the ideas, all the wisdom need to get centripetalized, need to get converged. As a part of that, tomorrow, the day 5 and the last day of the event, World Parliament of Spirituality, North America chapter, at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Kindly join on track 1. The links are already with you. 1 p.m. Pacific time. So we are going to officially announce the World United Council for all the speakers of North America. You all can sign up if you are interested. So it has got different wings as per the themes that have been enlisted in this World Parliament of Spirituality. So track 1, Mike Deller will be the moderator. He will close it by 1 p.m. So all the track 2, track 3 speakers and rest of the speakers who spoke on different tracks on different days of the event are also specially invited to join at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So meanwhile, you can pre-launch this link here. I'm posting this link here. You can go through that, and if you're interested, you can be a part. Isolated, we are nothing. Isolated, our lives are very much limited. When we do something together, miracles happen. These miracles happen when we move unconditionally forward as per a vision. The world needs this vision of unity consciousness. This is the true evolution of consciousness of mankind. So this event is converging into a movement now. With all the speakers, South America, they created a beautiful team of speakers. Same with Australia, Europe, and we are going to travel to Africa and Asia as well. So I'm here texting this link. You can see now. So please copy and paste on your browsers or anywhere. So tomorrow we are going to launch this link and also invite people, whoever joins us. So thank you very much, and over to Mike, and welcoming all of you once again. I may not get chance again before 1 p.m. tomorrow to invite you personally. I am taking this as an occasion to invite you. Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Kayleen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yogananda. Okay, so where do you want to take this, ladies? Is there anything I was going to say, there's things left unsaid. Go ahead, Kayleen.
I just have to say, Dr. Yugandhar, thank you, because when I was 16 years old, I would tell everybody that when I grow up, I'm going to be an international motivational speaker. And this dream came true here.
Wonderful.
And it's from my heart. It's not about a motivational speaker. It's about being human, sharing my heart, and spiritual awakening we're in, and helping those other travelers to awaken themselves. So thank you so much for this blessed opportunity and making this little girl's dream come true. And it's only the beginning. It's only the beginning. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a beginning. A collective beginning, a mass beginning.
Yes.
An enormous beginning, magnificent beginning. Thank you. Thank you, Kayleen. A warm welcome and a big hug to all of you, each one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr.
Isabel, you are surprised today. Wonderful. We are very happy to receive you today. Thank you very much for joining. Thanks a lot. Maria, Simon also, yeah, though, late, I was very happy to receive you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So wherever you are tomorrow, kindly join for an hour at 1 p.m. Pacific time on track 1. The link has already been on your inbox. The track Zoom link for tomorrow program. It is going to be track 1 link only. Mike, we will please wind it up at 1 p.m. tomorrow. All tracks will join at 1 p.m. tomorrow on track 1.
Thank you, Dr. Yugandhar and Mother Parisha.
Grandmother, yes.
Because I'm telling you, I'm in the water. I like to swim. Spirituality for the world. And yes, this is how it's coming from my heart, because I'm going through my heart. And thank you, Mother Parisha, because I feel myself, you are a mother with capital letters and grandma for humanity. Thank you for your role. Thank you so much. And you, Doctor, I'm telling you, you are so Aquarian age soul. You know why? Because you are on the top of every single detail, no matter you are the president. In another places, oh, the president is like an invisible person, the secretary. Oh, it's so difficult to talk. You are very humble. I love it. I think all the qualities for this new age, you are a role model. Thank you so much for the opportunity to give me. And you had a hard time with me. I had a hard time with you, but I think this is I'm a challenge person. That's why I'm going through the end, until the end of the end, and I'm here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Durjay, can you please stop the live? We can continue discussion for a few more minutes. Basha, can you help assist?
Who are you talking to?
Yes, sir.
Please stop the recording. Inform
Great.
Durjay.
Any last words you wanted to throw in here before we completely close off?
About Basha?
Well, did you ask to stop the recording?
Yep.
I'm not sure. I think he stopped trying to stop the recording. That's correct.
Yeah. We can stop live.
Oh, there it is.
We could stop now.
Durjay, you're there? Call Durjay.
I was just saying that.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Durjay, I think you can stop live. Recording also can be stopped.
He's saying close the session.
Yeah.
Close the session. Thank you very much.